chosen ones, empaths, and all the genuine souls out there. I'm aware that many of you are not religious, or you're not spiritual of any nature, and that's perfectly fine to live your life like that. But I wanted to share an experience of a fellow survivor that I spoke to. They don't mind me sharing the experience if it will help people. But they grew up, they didn't believe in anything. They just lived life day to day sort of thing. And it was from the encounter with the narcissist. They just knew they was up against a wrong and like evil. They wasn't aware that it was a narcissist or a sociopath or a psychopath, but they knew they was up against evil, and they found comfort in religion. Okay, and I know that's for a lot of you that's not your thing, but just hear me out, because there's something you can do that narcissists hate, and this is what this particular individual done. They started to develop a relationship with God. Okay, they started to get closer with God. So their day would consist of praying or fasting or whatever it would be, and it created a barrier to where the narcissist couldn't control them anymore. It was actually a narcissistic friend this particular individual was dealing with. He was dealing with a friend that was controlling him and really took over his life. He was actually suicidal at one point about the bullying and the abuse that was going on, and he was young at the time, so he didn't realize what was happening. But by him getting closer to God, this really angered the narcissist. But the narcissist couldn't say anything. But this is what I'm getting at. It doesn't have to be religion, but this is what you should channel your energy towards. Like, many of you have woken up and you've had the spiritual awakening. You're realizing that there's evil in the world. So developing a link with your maker, or spiritual practices, or meditation, but having something in your daily lifestyle, prayer, like a pattern of behavior that you follow. So whether it's meditating before you go to bed, or in the morning, or during the day, or praying throughout the day, or reading scriptures, or whatever it is that you're doing, this creates a block, and it also distracts your mind. And it's not an unnecessary distraction. It's actually very healthy, because the thing is, this is from my analysis. And look, if you don't agree with this, you can say so. But when you believe in a higher force above yourself, even if it's the universe, right, and you put yourself as subservient in this earth, and you try to do good, okay, these narcissists can't get control of you as easy. They still can, of course. They can still go under the radar. They can still go under not detected. But most likely, how these narcissists will try and affiliate with you will be someone that you met at the church, or the mosque, or the synagogue, or the temple, or wherever it will be someone, or spiritual practice, where you practice your spiritual worship, or whatever, or your meditation, or your yoga, or whatever. It will be someone at one of these facilities that uses the bond that you share in this particular field, and they'll use that to navigate and try and get into your life. Okay, so that's probably how it will happen in the future. But for those of you, I'm just saying, like, by having, this is what the purpose and the meaning comes down to as well. By having the purpose and the meaning, and this gives you purpose and meaning because you strive, like, believing in a higher force, or whatever you want to call it, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, believing in something greater than yourself. It takes away that control that the narcissist has over you. And this is exactly what happened to this individual I spoke to. They were able to phase the narcissist out. This is a very toxic narcissist that was involved in their life, apparently, and someone that demanded a lot of attention, and they used to bully. But this created a barrier between them. Because let's face it, unawakened narcissists, awakened narcissists know about God, or they're aware about God. Unawakened narcissists, like awakened narcissists, spiritual narcissists, are aware of the other realms, and whatever you call it, negative forces, positive force, whatever you want to call it, they're aware of spirituality, okay? And the asleep ones are just carrying out the agenda. But you have to think about this person's experience, because this was their awakening. So they found a new release in life, where they had their spiritual practices or their religion or whatever. It was their religion. They had their religion to practice, and that created a big barrier between them and the narcissist. But what I'm saying is, even for those of you that are already out of the relationship, for those of you that are in the relationship, let me just touch on that for a moment. Those of you that are still in the relationships, you could use this as a means to escape, okay? Praying. Even those of you that don't believe in anything, you know, that moment when you're in despair. And that's what this individual said they'd done. They were in despair about feeling trapped. And they were standing on a field, they said. And they realized that they felt trapped in this. They didn't know how to escape this situation they was in with this toxic individual in their life, this narcissist. But that's like a form of prayer. You know, when you like, you know how it is when people say, oh my God, or God help me, that are even non-religious. You say it in your vocabulary, okay? So that's transmitting, from my analysis, my theory, that's transmitting a message to the universe, like the universe hears you, or God hears you, or whatever like that. So even for those of you that maybe don't believe in anything, or you're still heard, that's what I believe, okay? Because it's all about your intentions. And he wanted out, but he was being bullied, and he was young, and it was hard to escape the situation that he was in with his friend. And I have had sessions with other individuals that have been in friendships that are very toxic, and it's not often talked about, but it can happen. You fall into these toxic friendships and things like that. It's not good for you. But I just want you to embrace that. It could be philosophy. You could start reading Nietzsche or philosophical things. You could start going deep with philosophy. It could be anything. Okay, it doesn't have to be religion, it doesn't have to be spirituality, but I'm saying use something in your life. Channel your energy towards something. Grow closer with the universe, grow closer with God. Get more well-versed in philosophy. Okay, start to learn about different philosophical authors or whatever. This, like, it will give you, or even Stoicism or whatever, it will give you a way of life to live that narcissists just can't run parallel with you on. Okay, if you're taking principles into your life now, you're adopting principles. And it's not just people who are religious or spiritual who have principles. No, of course not. But I'm saying you have a reason to be doing it. Narcissists often assert their dominance, and they twist and they take over your identity. They actually consume your identity, and it's not your fault. But it's difficult for them if you've got a way of life constructed. Okay? And that's why I'm warning you, for those of you that have already woken up and you've gone through it, please be warned about going forward. Okay? Because it's going to be people that try to mirror you even more so, because they realize that you're awake. Okay? It'll be those types of narcissists that try to affiliate with you in your life. Those of them that know you've woken up. So think about what I've said. It's just about building a bond with your maker, with the universe, philosophy, stoicism, whatever. Just having a way of life constructed that it's actually refreshing to find something in life later on in life. Okay, and it gives you a sense of direction. I'm not saying you're directionless or you don't know where you're clueless, right? I'm not saying that. I'm saying that narcissists take over your identity. They control you. But if you have a way of life implemented in your life, it's very difficult for them to take over. So those of you that are already out, just be warned of those that you encounter in the future, because they're going to mirror you, okay? And those of you that are still in it, it's something you can use to get out. And for those of you that are still trapped in these relationships, I can understand it's very difficult for you to leave. Call out to God, call out to the universe, just call out to whatever, okay? Some people believe in their ancestors, for example. Whatever you want to call out to, just call out to something, okay? Because you'll be heard, okay? And start developing, just it's something to focus on. It's something to focus on. So thank you for watching today. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can find the link in the description box below. If you'd like to book a one-to-one session, or you'd like to check out the spiritual channel, you can also find the links in the description box below. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.